Gather round, it's Mega Podcast 2000.
Hey there, hi there, welcome to the show's Mega Podcast 2K, the hottest pod in Atlanta, motherfucking Georgia. I'm Seth sitting here with Dana.
What is up?
We're chilling. It's a weird looking day outside.
Yeah, it is.
As you can see.
Mm-hmm.
We have lights everywhere.
Yeah.
Studio magic is happening. Thank you, any new listeners. We see y'all.
Thank you. Thank you. I think the
You hear
telefriend,
us.
maybe the telefriend is working.
Tell a friend to tell a friend.
Possibly.
Dana, I think we should just get right into your music video shoot.
Oh, yeah.
Dana shot a music video, y'all.
Yo, shout out to Patrick Roger. Thank you.
Where's he from? Do you know?
Atlanta,
young blood.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What'd you think? Because you were there, you showed up, asked you to come out, and you did. Thank you for coming. Actually, I wanted to say that on the pod. I appreciate the support,
Oh, for sure.
As a, film major and expert.
Yeah, something like that. But it was cool. I liked his. I mean, he had that. It's called like a Sony FX30 or something.
Yeah, I
like
forgot.
that.
We were both memorized by that. That's for sure.
He had a nice camera,
Yeah.
nice location. Mm-hmm. It was in like a rundown university.
I want to say Moore Brown.
Is that what it was called?
Mm-hmm. Which the Moore Brown one I think was like across the street, the newer.
Oh, they like rebuilt it?
Yeah, because we drove by it when you were trying to get to that street.
Yeah.
There was a college right there, and it
Oh
said
yeah,
Moore Brown.
yeah.
So, and even when I did the location, when I was there, and it said Moore Brown, so I'm assuming that those were. Yeah.
I mean, this place was cool.
Talk about the first location.
Stadium.
We were burnt down in like some house.
Yeah, clearly like a homeless person like was lit a fire to stay warm and then lit the whole house on fire.
Yeah.
And that's where you recorded.
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of worried, damn, this light's already gone down, that you were gonna fall through the floor.
So was I. As was I.
And the kid's just like, yeah, you're fine.
Yeah, right. I know.
Yeah, no, you're fine.
He was like, yeah, the last time I was here, floor was whole here on the left side of the house, and it was completely fell through.
Yeah, you could like see to the basement. It was very sketchy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, but I did like it. I mean, it's gonna look great. I could tell it's gonna look good. And he was also one of those guys. He was quiet,
very quiet.
And those are the ones that I feel like you can rely on.
And I didn't want to interact with them too much because when someone's quiet, that means they're just quiet. So I didn't want to try to pry anything at him, like, hey man, whatever, just small talk.
Yeah,
that was really it.
Kind of had a high pitched voice a little bit. Mm-hmm. He's like, yeah, man.
Yeah, definitely.
I just I've been doing this for 3 years.
Yeah.
All my shit got stolen a month ago.
Yeah, Atlanta.
He'll be fine.
He'll be all right. He's definitely good artist.
He's resourceful.
Yeah, he's doing a lot of traveling. He's in New York for some type of fashion shoot right now. So he's I picked somebody that I thought had a good resume, and he definitely has a very good resume.
How do you think you did on your
my very first one?
Or how was it?
If I had to swipe it up,
I
probably swipe my performance 3 just to be modest. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It could have, it's
very
my first
modest,
one.
Very modest.
I'm not going to give myself any powers out here. You know what I'm saying? That'd be outrageous.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, so it was my first one, but it was fun.
Yeah.
I had fun. It was long.
The outfit changes.
Long day. I didn't realize
it was raining.
How much it goes into this type of thing.
And that was like the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah.
It gets way more ridiculous as you go on.
Yeah, so hopefully maybe we'll be able to post it, maybe little pieces of it on the pod IG, of course, when I get some
hell yeah
stuff back. So
we have some behind the scenes I can post as well.
Yeah.
Were you nervous at all when you had to actually get in front of the camera?
No doubt.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie.
It's got to be weird, right?
Because, and shout out to Patrick because he was made it very comfortable. Because seriously, it was like, he was just like, yeah, man,
Yeah, he was very I don't know. Just, you could tell he didn't really have much judgment or anything, or at least you couldn't tell,
Well, it seems like he knew what he wanted.
Yeah.
Too,
Was he giving you direction?
Yeah, no, yeah, because I wasn't, like going in and out the door. Or
Yeah.
putting the mask on the football field. Here's the bag.
Yeah.
He did all that. I was just literally going with what he told me to do because it was my first one.
Did y'all get any shots of the little Latino kids, little hoodlums running
No,
around?
we didn't.
Not in school.
No, we didn't get that. But that the whole set in the. I know we get to the show, but it gave me Warriors vibe right off
Yeah,
rip.
100%.
Straight up.
Or Escape from LA.
Yeah. If you're local in this area, definitely check it out. It's definitely a cool site for any photographer or artist out there, but definitely be careful because there are definitely just random people walking around out there.
Like at night too,
Yeah.
I would not be caught dead.
No,
there.
not definitely not. Mm-mm. It's right across from the stadium.
There's glass and
Yeah.
it's crazy. You're right across from a state of the art, probably top 3 stadium in the U.S.
Mm-hmm. You can literally see it from where you're at.
And you just have this decrepit ass area. It makes it's so bizarre to watch, like the juxtaposition of seeing like an old, like even across the street, there was like an old house, and right behind it is this massive, beautiful stadium. Yeah, it was like, what the fuck. I'm sure they're going to tear it down, I was saying at one point, and it's going to be apartments.
Yeah, but this the crazy thing is, at that prime, that was probably a dope-ass stadium because it wasn't no small one either.
No, it was
like,
cool looking.
Yeah.
It had that back, like, concrete wall, like, commons area.
Yeah.
It was probably lit. Like, it was
Legit.
probably, like, Saturday nights were probably fun there, You can come from the dorms and just be like right there. Yeah, you can watch the game from the dorm. It was probably great, but I don't know what
I know the
happened.
college was established in 1887 because I saw it when I drove by. Like I said,
Goddamn.
I got photographic memory.
Yeah.
It was just I didn't know. I was just driving, like where am I at? I've never been in that, right?
Yeah.
I've never been in that section, and it's close to where you live, like kind of close.
Yeah.
I mean, Highland's right
it's
around
10
the corner.
minutes
Yeah.
away, yeah.
And I never seen it.
Yeah.
It was just tucked away off Vine Street, like just.
Yeah, you would
know what I
never
mean?
know.
Like,
Yeah, it's close, but very different.
yeah.
Let's just say that. All right. Well, I'm glad you did it. Thanks for having me.
Appreciate you.
Let's get into this bitch.
Let's go.
Shoo! The Peripheral. You've finished it. I have been watching it.
What episode are you on?
Like six
Okay.
or 7. But then I'm not gonna lie, I quit watching it.
Why?
I don't like it.
Ooh.
I don't.
I figure I don't even know why you were watching it anyway. It doesn't even seem like something you would watch.
If it was, I mean,
It doesn't
is
sound
up
like
my alley.
what sci-fi because it is scientific.
Yeah, I like Blade
it's,
Runner. I like The
okay.
Matrix, Ready Player One.
Yeah, you're right. So what did you not like?
Okay,
about
well,
it?
first off, the Southern accents were atrocious. Those Southern accents were bad. And Chloe Grace Moretz, the star, is from, I think, Georgia, and I don't know what she was doing with that accent.
It wasn't that bad. Come on, man. Yeah, she's from Atlanta, Georgia. She is.
And then the guy who's like he only has the black guy with like one arm.
I feel so bad for him. Connor, he plays Connor. Yeah.
His accent was
It's
atrocious. And then her brother,
Flynn. He played Burton.
yeah, he was in Midsummer.
Yeah.
He was the boyfriend. He had fake teeth in the real world. Did you notice that?
No, I
They gave
didn't.
him like some like buck ass fake teeth. But when he's in the Peripheral, he's like, handsomer or whatever.
Yeah.
Now I thought the concept was interesting, and I'm trying to remember. It kind of was similar. The idea, it was like, because it wasn't exactly time travel.
No, it is. It's quantum. It's quantum travel.
But it's through,
like your
like-
body is still there, but it's through like your mind is traveling. Like
But
that's
it's
why I
like-
said it's her all at once or whatever. I can't
Everywhere
remember.
all at once.
It's similar to that because
But it's like through
your
date-
body is still
yeah.
there because you're just traveling.
Yeah.
There. But it's based. Like she's in, I think, I'm not mistaken, 2032,
Something like that, yeah.
and where she's going is like 21 something.
Oh yeah.
And
yeah. No, but it's like through data though.
yeah.
You know,
It's like, yeah, so they make like stubs. So when you make one, it branches off time,
Mhm,
right? I like the concept because it's like you said, The Matrix, where she is like a roamer traveler. She's playing a video game, a sim, essentially.
yeah.
And her brother and his friends, which are like retired military guys play this game and they can't get past the stage. And she's just like, she likes to play, but doesn't like to admit it. Like she likes it. It's like, I'm good because she's actually good at it.
Yeah.
So I'm giving you listeners a little preview to get you in there, intrigue you a little bit. So she gets past this certain stage. She's like, all right, man, whatever. I'll help you guys out. And she just beasts it, you know, not even fighting wise, just smart wise. Right. Not even like she's crazy.
Yeah.
So she does this, and this certain people send her something, and it comes off as supposed to be another sim.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not going to go into further than that. But what you know is not, it's actually something else. And she gets involved in this whole other plot. And what I like about it is the story and the plot of it, because it pulls you in.
Yeah.
And it's like, you would think that the fighting, which is a lot, and you think that would, you know, me, I'm action, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But actually it's the story that pulls me in.
Yeah.
Because it's so intricate. It's so complex. I had to watch it a couple more times because I was like, you know what I mean? I had to figure this out because like this series.
Also, it's rewatchable in that like there are certain things that like you won't understand until they reveal it. And then if you rewatch it, you're like, oh.
Exactly.
But yeah, okay.
So I honestly thought,
and you
Chloe,
it.
I finished it. I thought Chloe did a good job. I think maybe you can say the Southern accent was probably off or whatever.
She wasn't the worst of them.
But I'm going to give her a performance a 3 swipe just on that, because I felt like she was convincing. Her acting was good. She's not a bad actress. She's a really good one. And I actually thought Burton, her brother, for some odd reason, did a good job at the role he was supposed to do. He didn't have a lot of lines. He was a military brother.
He was pretty good.
You know what I'm saying? He did what he was supposed to do. He didn't have a lot of lines. She had the lines.
But the accents.
The accent's okay. We can agree to disagree. But it didn't deter me from watching the whole series.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I loved how 2100 London looked.
Oh,
like that. I love that. Yeah. I love the technology. It gave me like Black Mirror mixed in with, like I said, the Matrix, like how things were touched and there were things you could do that I thought that were applicable now. Like if you were to think how we would do something like that seems like that would be
like the signals on the road to
for instance, for listeners who haven't watched this, like they could do technologies like if they wanted to connect with each other's thoughts, they could touch each other and connect like a computer and see each other through each other's eyes and see things like that.
It's based on a book. I'm sure the book is awesome.
I had the book. I even said it when I was watching in the prior episode, the book. But I just like the concept is cool. The fight scenes are awesome. There's 1 to 2 maybe dud episodes in there.
Yes.
I'm not going to tell you which ones they are. I'll tell you one, episode 5. But episode 5 redeems itself.
Wait, what happens in episode 5 exactly? Like, because I think that's where I stopped watching, actually. Is that where she sees the apocalypse things?
Yeah, it's like more story and that. But at the end of that, she like goes to the main person and snaps her neck. Yeah. But she's a peripheral, so it doesn't matter. But it's just the fact that it made itself up at the end. You're like, oh my gosh. And then you're like, okay.
Oh, and then the rich guy. Oh my God.
Yeah. It's like what I'm saying. There's so much to it. You know what I mean? Like it's like very complex. It's on Amazon. That's why I'm giving it props. The series itself, I'm giving it a 3 swipe. It would have been a 4, but the last episode just didn't turn me like the way I thought it would, because it of course leads off to another because it's a book. So
yeah.
It could have been better with the
I'm willing to bet it doesn't get renewed. I think it won't.
The way it ended, I could see why it probably left it on a cliffhanger, just because it might not.
Well, just with the state of the, like, what is it called? The content wars, the streaming wars, like everybody's cutting back, you know?
Well, the rating, 77% on Rotten, which is pretty good. 81% Google. And 7.7 on IMDb.
That's
so
good.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like it's really good.
It's probably better than Lord of the Rings on Amazon.
I think it will get renewed because it has everything you want in it. A lot of story, good actors, good actress. It's just a very complex and compelling story, man. Like I was in for it, and I binged it hard. Yeah, like because it was that good.
Me too. I watched. I watched like 5 episodes in like 2 days. Mm-hmm. And then, I kind of found something else, which, I don't recommend this show personally. It's not mine.
Yeah. I recommend it. I think
I got to hit
I'm gonna have to say next.
Yeah, that for you. But for me, this is a stop. We don't have anything like that. Or hold up or something. I'm gonna say hello. You know, give me a hello, because that's like, to me, you have to watch this, because the cinematography on itself alone, I feel like, is amazing, and the technology they shoot in London in 21 is on another level. I feel like Amazon is definitely redeeming itself with this show, so I think you guys should watch this.
Heard that. Okay.
Yeah.
Moving on to the show that took over for me. Show! Poker Face on Peacock. I've been kind of stretching myself lately trying to find shows and whatnot. And this is the new Natasha Lyonne, Ryan Johnson show. Ryan Johnson famously is created Glass Onion and the original Knives Out. He also directed, Star Wars, The Last Jedi. And he did another mystery movie back in the day with Joseph Gordon-Levitt called Brick. He kind of specializes in mystery.
Was that with Will Smith? Brick?
No, it's with Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and he's in high school, and he's like a detective kind of. He like plays like a detective, and he's trying to solve like what happened to this girl. She dies. And he's trying to solve the murder, and there's like a underground society, but it's like over the top because they're like, it's a great movie if you ever get a chance, and it's Ryan Johnson's like probably his first movie. The cinematographer for the show is Steve Yedlin, because the show does look great. He also did The Last Jedi, and I believe he did Knives Out, and he did Brick. So I mean, the show is like Peacock's. It's kind of like their The Last of Us. Yeah. They've like, you could tell they put everything into this. My theory is that Peacock will like not exactly exist after, because back to the streaming wars.
Someone will buy it out.
Yeah, or it'll merge. But they're putting everything into this. The thing was about the show that was interesting is that like the trailer like fucked me up, because I thought it was going to be more of a linear show where it's like, like the Peripheral or most shows these days, you're watching, a story arc throughout the whole thing. Like every episode leads to the next, This is like Law and Order, or it's like Mystery of the Week. Like
Law and Order. First of all, SVU is the best Law and Order out there.
Yeah. Okay.
Because there's so many of them. Law and Order, Criminal. I didn't know which one you were going with. You know what I'm saying?
And then somebody died, right? One of the OGs died, right?
Yeah. I didn't know he was a comedian either.
I know.
Did you know that? Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, he died. There was a guy who was Ice-T's partner.
Yeah.
With the glasses. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that, but it's similar to those kind of shows. So it basically, the concept is that, what's her name? Natasha Lyonne is, she can read faces from like playing poker and stuff like that. She's like not allowed to play anymore because she was too good at reading faces. And she's like a human lie detector. So in every episode, somebody dies. Every single episode. And she figures out the mystery through her like, detective skills.
It just sounds like this is based off her good acting, not so much story.
No, it is. It is story though. It's creative. It's kind of like if you like X-Files or something like that. I mean, it's funny, but it's creative because every episode's a new mystery. So it's got to be hard to.
Sounds like the show you're watching on Hulu with Martin Sheen, and they figured out a mystery in the hotel. There was always like,
but that's the thing though. That's one mystery throughout a whole season. You know what I mean? This is like every episode a new person dies in a new setting, and the settings are fun. They're like, one is like a metal band, the other's like a like dirt racing derby thing. Another one's an old folks home, and it
just sounds like a remake of Psych but better.
Yes, it's just like Psych. There you go. That's it. It's Psych.
Yeah.
Now, is it better? I don't know. Because Psych is actually a really good show.
I like Psych. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Now, visually, it's weird because...
It has to be better visually because it's newer. Yeah.
So Psych, to me, is like... It looks like a TV show. It feels like a TV show. It's weird. Your brain's like, what the fuck's going on? Because it looks like a series. Like a, what are they... Prestige TV is in the new word. Like, it's shot really well. But it is conceptually, it's Psych, and she does a good job, Natasha Lyonne, and she always has help. It's full of stars. It has Chloe Savini. It has what's his name, Tim Meadows. It has who else? I wrote down a few. Adrian Brody. It has Hong Chow. That's the lady from The Menu, and she was also in The Whale. I keep talking about her. Nick Nolte. It's got like all kinds of stars in every episode, so it's always like, you know, kind of fun. It's like, who's gonna pop up on this episode?
Yeah,
you know,
it's like
Ron Perlman.
Okay. It also reminds me of that. What did Tim Roth Lie to Me or something like that? Where it's like exactly, he has that. Yeah.
It's literally that. And so honestly, after I didn't know that, you know? So you're watching the first episode and you're like, okay, she basically has to go on the lam after like the wrong people she kind of pisses off. And so she's like, it's like she's on the road, you know? And when I watch episode 2, I'm like, wait, this is exactly how episode 1 cold opened. You know what I mean? I'm like, what the fuck? And then I'm like, episode 3, I'm like, oh, I fucking see.
Would have been better if it was a whole one thing versus just a different one every time.
That's the thing. I don't know. I mean, that's what my brain is used to. So it's one of those things where it's just, what was the show with Adrian Brody? Not Adrian, Adam Driver and Don Cheadle?
What we just I went over? Hold on, I'll look it up. I got you.
Okay, but like that movie, or like The Village, for instance.
Oh, yeah.
It's sold to me, I feel like, as a different show, you know? Or like The Village, it was like straight up like this crazy, it's supposed to look like the most horrific, scary movie. Yeah. But it's like The Village is actually a good movie. Yeah, it's just like if you go in with that mentality, you're like, what the fuck is this? Right. Same as
White Noise.
White Noise. You go into White Noise, I thought it was going to be like an apocalypse
thriller.
Did
I didn't know what to go. Yeah, it was kind of hard to tell what that was going to be.
Also, strangely, the Ohio-Palestine like train wreck, I mean, that's like similar kind of chemical spill to that movie.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
I mean?
Oh, my gosh, that's so weird.
Yeah, I've been thinking about it. I'm like, damn. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, life imitating art. Yeah. Airborne toxic event.
Yeah.
But
it's like, I think we should leave. No, we're good.
So, like, if you listen to me, you know, and you know what this show's about right now, and you go in with that mentality, I think you'll like it. Okay. And I do like it. Yeah. I mean, I've watched every episode. I have one left, and it's not out yet. I think it comes out this week. So I'll swipe it up because I don't think a finale matters with a show like this. You know what I mean?
Because I was thinking it would matter if it was one base crime.
Right. And it's just like,
since you already know what the other is.
Like you were saying with the Peripheral, like the ending kind of blah, 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 blah. Same with White Lotus. To me, it was a perfect show up until like the last 3 episodes. And it was kind of, I think maybe it was the last 2, but it was kind of like, okay, not perfect, you know? But I'm going to give it 3 swipes. Okay. I think I recommend it.
We're on a roll.
100%.
Yo, write it down. We're starting to collect this database. Hold on.
What is it called?
It's you just did Poker Face,
Peripheral,
and I did Peripheral was 3. So we offer to a 3-star right now. We're gonna for you guys. We're gonna start dating these things. So
this podcast is getting out of control.
Yeah, it is. Gentlemen. We're getting more advanced. What are we supposed to do?
But yeah, I don't know. Keep going. Just you know.
They want to know the overall stats. We got to give it to them.
We got, podcast of the year coming your way. Yeah, Poker Face, so I highly recommend it. The only problem is you got to get Peacock, and that's the hard sell. Yeah, you know,
that's a hard sell. And you know what I am tired of? You know, I was like on Amazon, and I'm everywhere. I'm Prime, Paramount, Netflix,
yeah, me too
HBO,
right now, honestly.
But fucking Amazon, you can't have purchased movies for, like Northman. Or all these other ones where you can just go, or I can't, wherever it is, I might not be correct, but you can go to Paramount and get all these for free, and you're offering them for money on Amazon. Amazon, stop.
For like,
don't do that.
For the cost of subscribing to the
Paramount. Yes. So no, Amazon, you got to stop. Don't do that. Like, just give them for free because you can go
Amazon
watch them.
Amazon is like behind.
I know they're behind, but they can't do that.
Let's quick little list. Let's do hold on. Let's do best to worst real quick. So we got, for me, I'm going to go just real quick. HBO, Netflix, Hulu, Prime, and then I guess Paramount.
You know.
Oh, wait, no.
Oh, you can't Netflix, be real. Oh, I knew you was going to go back Netflix
I forgot
first.
Apple.
Okay. Okay, go
My
ahead. Get
bad,
yours
my
out.
bad,
Get yours out. Go ahead.
Okay, HBO, my bad. HBO,
HBO, Netflix,
Apple, Hulu, and then I
I
don't give a
also
fuck.
follow that. Yeah. For me, I already know. Netflix is always going to be number one.
Yeah,
Netflix,
you're a big Netflix.
And everything. After it's going to be Netflix, it's got to be Hulu because Hulu has live sports. I'm waiting for the Hulu sponsorship. Thank you.
We all
Hulu
are.
just have live TV. Hulu has live sports. So I got to have Hulu second, right? I get Netflix, Hulu, and then what I'm going to follow after that? Where do you think I'm going?
Prime.
I'm gonna go Prime.
Yeah.
I gotta
you
go
like
Prime because Prime's got a little Jack Ryan.
Yeah,
it has
exactly.
little thing. It has movies
Yeah,
that I like.
you're
Yeah, little
watching.
action things like that. You know what I mean? And then after it falls off that, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, that's kind of, I get that.
Yeah.
Hulu, though, I mean, I feel like Hulu's been doing their thing.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk about something later that I watched on Hulu that I thought was great. So they do
Hulu
their
doesn't
thing.
have live TV. It also
But they're
has
about
live
to get
sports.
fucked by Disney because I think Disney's about to let them go and pull their content.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, that's like most likely happening. Anyway, moving on to something that is also on Amazon Prime. Beast, starring Idris Elba and a lion.
Yeah, this one's a real quick review. It matches up with the ratings that I give it. It's gonna get a 2 swiper. It'd probably get a 1 if it wasn't for Idris Elba in it. I mean, it's just basically a big ass lion chasing him around.
It's like Cujo.
Yeah.
Kinda.
Oh, yeah. Perfectly. Good example. Yeah, but
Or Jaws.
Or Jaws, but Cujo was in the car the whole time, which was kind of like you could have got out that car and maybe got it. You know what I'm saying? But it was kind of hard to fetch that as a kid. I was like, whoa,
Fetch that. Nice
dang, you know. But then as Beast, I'm like, you know, this is a big ass. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a safari. You know, he's with his daughters. He married an African chick that was from Africa. He's a doctor.
Africa's so hot right now.
Yeah, you're right. You know it is. So his wife passes away. He's trying to spend time with his daughter. Takes him to Africa where his wife is
Good
from.
job, Dad.
You know, so it's of course he has bad chemistry with the daughters. Typical, you know.
By the end of it, they love each other.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I gave you that's it right there. That's Beast right there.
Yeah.
Like typically, you know what I mean. This shouldn't have been in theaters, but it's Idris Elba. You got to watch him. He's like my doppelganger, but not doppelganger.
But I feel like he's going downhill.
He's
his best work is behind him, unless he can like get some kind of like Quentin Tarantino-esque role. You know what I mean?
True.
Somebody needs to save him.
But he's done so much good that it's like.
Is he still involved in the Fast and the Furious?
No, that
world?
was just a one-off.
Yeah,
it was just a one-off. Yeah, it's a 2-er. IMDb gives it a 5.6, 68% Rotten Tomato.
Were you like entertained at all? Like, was it?
There was like maybe one scene where I was like, "Whoa!"
Or was it CGI?
It was a lot of CGI with the lion because it's of course has to be your not normal lion who's smarter and faster and bigger, of course, right?
Jaws or
it's that typical. It's got it all, you know. So
there's something on Hulu right now called Man Eater. That I'm most likely gonna watch, but it's about a cave shark, and the shark can like use echolocation type shit.
I saw something on Hulu like that, but it was like 40, or maybe that was on Netflix called 47 meters or some crap.
That's
like
another.
that.
That's like where a girl goes cage diving.
Yeah.
So there's always man versus beast. I will not be watching that.
Do not watch this.
I might.
I watched it because he's my guy.
Yeah,
I'm gonna support the people I watch. You know what I'm saying?
Did you ever watch The Dark Towers?
That was with
him and McConaughey.
No.
Okay. Also,
is it good?
No.
Okay.
It's based on a Stephen King.
I love the quick pause. No.
It's based on a Stephen King novel.
Okay.
And it was a piece of shit. So was Cujo.
Yeah, it was.
And so I don't know. There's some kind of relation there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Okay. Moving on that one. That was a quickie.
It was.
Next up, I have a banger on Hulu and Disney Plus. It's a National Geographic production. It is called Fire of Love. It is Oscar nominated. It's a documentary, and it's about Katya and Maurice Kraft, and they're French volcanologists. They studied volcanoes back in the day, like in the 60s. And this was like in its infant state at the time, volcanology. They helped with like the theory of like tectonic plates and all that kind of shit. And it's really interesting how insanely obsessed this couple was with volcanoes.
Yeah, this came out in theaters too.
Oh, it's really good. I mean, so basically all the footage is from like the documentaries they did, and it's very much like Jacques Cousteau. Remember he had like a doc on Disney Plus as well. But it reminds me of like Wes Anderson of Steve Zissou a lot. Like they have all these like cute shots and they wear like red beanies and like outfits. But these people were literally obsessed. Like they risked their lives constantly. They'd wear these big metal helmets and like walk up to erupting volcanoes that are shooting lava bombs. That's just like anything that spurts out of a volcano. And you learn a lot about volcanoes, and it's beautiful. I mean, just because that volcanoes are a beautiful sight, it makes it that much better. It's a love story, and you just get to see like these amazing shots. Like there's one shot where I don't know, they're probably 100 yards away from an erupting volcano, and it just looks like a wall of lava just spewing out of this volcano. Like, and they're standing in front of it. And it just like looks crazy. It looks like they'd be in front of a green screen to get this
People
shot.
are comparing it to like when they watch this, just to Summer of Soul.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that, have that feeling to it.
It's just like, how do we not know about these people?
Right.
You know what I mean? And I think they were a big deal back in the day, but we just kind of forgot. We lost them to the sands of time. And I'm sure you could find their documentaries in like a public library or some shit. But it's really good, and they are crazy. Like they are so passionate. They have I think something called Duende in
What's that?
in Spanish and from Spain. It's when your like soul is connected to your art.
Oh, I like that.
And it's like
that should be
thing.
the name of the episode.
Duende. Duende volcano.
Just
volcanic,
that. I like how that
lava. Duende.
That's a good name. I like.
But
that.
it's like you know what I mean? It's like they were so obsessed with their careers and like the study of volcanoes that it kind of gets blurred. Where it's like it's almost like they're like daredevils. Okay. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know if this is for science anymore. I just really think
like
you
want junkies.
Yes, you were for the thrill of being around a volcano. Anytime one erupts, they're there. Like Mount St. Helens.
7.6 on IMDb, 98% on Rotten.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's got good ratings.
I clicked it and I instantly was like,
I might have to check this out when I get home.
It's cool. The fits are crazy, like what they wear, because it's so funny. Like, or even as we talk, I'm wearing like hiking pants.
I'm looking at the original pictures of them.
Yeah, like there's one where there's just like a lava wall, and it's like, I mean, they got footage of it, and it's fucking insane. Basically, if a volcano is spewing red lava, it's not that dangerous. It's the gray smoke. That's the volcanoes that kill. Like, because
that's why I was saying that volcano in it was just smoke.
I want to watch that.
That was when it was just smoke.
Yeah.
They won't know that degree. It's the steam from that volcano that, like you say,
those
kills.
are the ones that kill. Yeah. So if you ever see like footage where there's like lava canals and things like that, and it's red, it's not nearly as dangerous as one that like Mount St. Helens. So just check it out.
Yeah, they do got some cool pictures. I actually like that one.
It's so creatively shot. At one point, he and a buddy they like have a raft and they put it on a sulfuric acid lake.
Oh wow!
So if you go into the lake, you're dead. Like your meat is gonna fall off the bones. Yeah, they go into that. I mean, their studies have helped people survive catastrophes where there's like volcano eruptions and nearby villages have like landslides.
Is that live? You're saying?
That's what. Oh, it's crazier than that. I mean, and they're wearing these silver suits. They would camp out in craters, and there'd be like a volcano just shooting lava bombs all night, and one of them would have to stay awake and then wake the other one up, be like, move, 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 move. It's like, 1 foot wide rock is heading for us.
That's insane.
Yeah, check it out. Fire of Love. I always rate documentaries very high. I'm going to go 4 swipe.
Damn.
But I don't like, documentaries aren't the same as, you know what I mean? This is real life footage.
Right.
It's real people. And it's just, documentaries are just, to me, always,
they're always
it's just educational. Yeah. So it is a 4 swipe, but it's a documentary 4 swipe.
Yeah, write that down. Don't have 4 swipes on the docuseries. I mean, yeah, because docuseries are, like you said, they're always shot well, based off real things. And when you get inside video of shit like that, how can you not like it?
Yeah.
And
And they were stars. They'd go on talk shows,
Yeah.
all that shit. So check it out, Fire of Love. I can't recommend that more. Okay, next up we have a little Netflix anthology series called, I guess it's just called Oats Studios.
Yeah,
All
right. Yeah, because you've seen pieces of it. So what it's described on, from what I've seen on the internet, it's a series of experimental short films set in a post-apocalyptic world, nightmarish scenarios from director Neil. What you
Blomkamp.
give him this guy give him props because in pre-pro he actually called it out without having nothing in front of him, not a computer, of not knowing who it was, and he got it completely right. So give yourself a round of applause on that. So it's kind of hard to explain this because we were talking about it in pre-pro. It's kind of hard because, and I showed him like a clip of little fillers they have. So it's like episode 1 starts in this crazy post-apocalyptic world where these aliens come down and they have built like these pockets of methane, and humans can't breathe. They can control us through telepathic powers. It's kind of crazy. It's really good. If I had to just
I've
rate
seen
the
that
first
one.
episode,
Yeah.
the first episode is probably a force wiper because these aliens are like disgusting looking. I actually had a
violent.
nightmare about it.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, that's how ugly they were looking.
And then also like the tech you'd have to create to stop them.
yeah,
like the metal
that's
is
so
like,
good.
It
Right.
looks like it's drilling into your head. It's very like primitive.
So, but it jumps around. So it's kind of hard to nail this one to give you a full synopsis of this because, like you said, you've watched this, and I
Yeah,
showed
it's
you
kind of like Love, Death, and Robots. Another one.
right. It's a little bit of like Comedy Central, SNL. How it seems like this Oats Studio that's on Netflix is its own Comedy Central or its own right because it's
what they specialize in is special effects and CGI.
Right.
And I think they designed this as a showcase. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, y'all want to hire us for big budget films? This is what we can do. You know, you watch, if you do a short, it's way cheaper to do like
and
big
it's super
budget
short,
looking
yeah.
CGI, and it's for
like the last 3 episodes are straight CGI.
yeah. So it's like this. It's a showcase. It's
Yeah.
like a portfolio, if you will. Like, hey, check us out.
It's kind of cool. I would say one of the CGI episodes is kind of crazy. It's like he shoots, like I said, this one episode in particular, it's like 8 minutes. And these 2 scientists, they're all CGI,
Yeah.
which is crazy looking how they look because it's like, whoa, right? It's almost too real because he gets them to look pretty, they're CGI, but when you see it, you're like, man, this is.
Yeah, it's like Avatar.
Yeah. So these 2 scientists are testing out these locusts that have like bombs on them.
Okay.
And it has like putty on them and
Yeah.
it can like control it. So this military guy is like, has a shotgun. He's like, wherever you point this light, those locusts are going to go to.
Yeah.
So he like, all right, let's try it out. And these 2 scientists are literally taking inmates, and these inmates are thinking that they're getting like time repeat.
Yeah.
And they're like, they're totally not going to make it through this. Like they're scientists. They're just like trying to,
test out.
because obviously they're going to
weapons.
die at the end of the experiment. And so they're every time they do something. So there's like these short episodes, and these ones are like 3 minutes, and they do 3 different types of experiments.
Yeah.
So it's like those type of episodes. They had one where it was a cooking episode where I showed you in pre-pro where he has these weird 80s infomercials.
Yeah.
As he said, this guy did District 9, which came out in 2009. If
He
you
did
haven't
Elysium.
seen 9,
Remember that one?
he did it. Yeah, that was starring our boy Matt Damon. He also did Demonic, which came out in 21.
I have not seen that.
I have not seen that either, but I have seen Elysium. I'm going to give that a 2 swipe. Yeah.
That one kind of ruined his career.
Yeah.
He went from, after he did District 9, it was a low budget film.
I actually like District 9.
Oh, it's great. I bought it.
I'm going to give that a power 3. That hit hard.
I feel like he, with the low budget, he think that was like amazing. And he became like the it guy. And so then he got Matt Damon, he got Elysium, and it sucked.
It sucked hard.
It looked good.
It did look good.
But it sucked.
Yeah.
And it had a mech suit. And then like a year later, Edge of Tomorrow came out. And then they made the mech suits just look way better. And then after that, you flop on like a big budget back then on original ideas. I guess you just don't get another shot.
Right. Well, his next project is Gran Turismo.
Gran Turismo?
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, that's probably going to be...
It's going to be CGI.
And it's going to be Sony.
Yeah.
And it's going to suck. Because Gran Turismo, if you've ever played it, has no story. It's
No,
a
I
great
love it,
racing
though. Yeah,
game.
oh, yeah.
But there's no story.
There is no story.
Yeah,
There's no
one
story
even
at
talks.
it. Yeah, nothing.
So it's just going to be
cars.
like a racing
So
game.
I don't know how that's...
It's going to be terrible.
Probably is.
Sony doesn't... Sony
But
made Morbius.
Right, but his Oats studio, I think is... I would work for him. I think he's on... Like, he's different.
Hell yeah, I'd work for him.
You know? I think it's like A24. He's doing...
No.
No, well, I mean, they're unique, right?
No. Yes.
That's what I'm saying. Not they're doing similar things. I'm just saying they're in their own pocket.
Yeah, easy.
A24 is in their own pocket. Which some of the movies that I've put out, A24, I'm like, I don't know. But you're like, you know what I'm saying? You're a fan of them.
They're not all great.
Exactly. But I actually think that his little O studio, I think it's pretty cool. It's like, he's doing his own little thing. I think it's,
What are you swiping it up?
The whole thing, because the whole thing, I'm going to give it streaming. I guess Steam is a platform that rates. That's just what's up right now. It's giving it a 10 out of 10.
I
don't know what that even.
is.
Yeah, I don't know either. I just have to report what it's
I think that's
giving
a
me.
gaming.
IMDb, of course, gives it a 6.4, which is actually kind of high for them. And I'm probably with them, which is probably equates to a 3 swiper.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm with them on that. It's a must watch. I feel like if you want something different and
it's
searching
violent.
through,
I will say
definitely
so
violent.
If you aren't into violence.
Yeah.
It is violent.
Yeah.
Okay. Oats Studio. Mm-hmm. Well, check her out. I've seen most of it.
It's crazy. You've seen most of Peripheral and most of Oats Studio, but not finished them.
Yeah, because like sometimes that's why we have the skip button. Sometimes I'm like, it's not worth it. There's other things I'd rather.
But you didn't skip Oats. You just said
I don't know why I got off it. I've seen like the first 2, and then I don't know. Because it's an anthology. It's almost like you don't need to watch it all.
Did you see the Dakota Fanning scene?
I don't think so.
That shit fire.
That shit fire. Okay, well next up, this one's gonna be a fun one. The Woman King.
She got snubbed. Got snubbed.
Who got snubbed or what got snubbed?
The movie itself got snubbed.
And I have been like looking into this because
it did.
I rewatched it. Viola Davis, I could almost say she got.
I always
snubbed.
call her Viola. I think it sounds
Viola.
Better. I mean, because I've heard it sound like them, and I've heard someone pronouncing like that too. But I just think Viola Davis.
Viola Davis. It's probably right. Viola Davis. I could see her maybe. Okay, if Angela Bassett got nominated, then Viola Davis should have got nominated.
Thank you, because I was about to throw that out there.
I think Viola Davis did a better job than Angela Bassett.
I'll go with you on that too.
Like
we're agreeing on that.
You know
what
I mean?
Yes.
Like
we're agreeing on that. Yes.
So like, first off, that.
Yeah.
Second off, maybe costume and set design. I could see. I thought
costumes were fire.
The costumes are done well.
Yes.
And the set design, because like it's a period piece.
It's a period piece.
And it's an African period piece, so it's like very unique.
It's based in the 1800s and the height of fucking slavery and slave trade.
Mm-hmm. And so it's about
that Diomi tribe, which I probably pronounced that wrong, but it's a lot of names that I'm probably not gonna pronounce from this movie because it's a lot of I know Viola Did I get that right? Diomi. But Niska was her name because they kept saying that Nishka. Was Viola Davis's character. I could remember that because they kept saying her name.
And they're Agoji, which are like the warrior women of that kingdom. What's his name?
His
John
name
Boyega is the king.
King Gunzo?
Something like
Ginzo?
that.
Something like that, yeah. But my favorite character is Igozi. She was the warrior with the knives as nails.
Did she have the thick eyebrows?
Yeah. She was the one that they did the competition.
Yeah.
I loved whoever, like
Lashana
her name is
Lynch.
Yeah.
She was great.
Amazing.
She was one of but she's also in James Bond, the newest one. She's kind of like the 007 replacement.
Yeah, she was there. Yeah,
she's
she was in
she
Matilda
plays Rambo
and Doctor Strange.
Yeah. She's in Miss Marvel.
Yep,
Captain Marvel. She's her friend, and then I'm pretty sure her daughter is the one who's in WandaVision.
Yeah,
because Captain Marvel takes place in the 90s.
Yeah.
But her name's like something Rambo. But yeah, she's supposed to be like Cajun or some shit. I think the woman's British. She was really good. Really amazing eyebrows on that woman.
I'm trying to figure out right now. Not the one that plays her daughter.
Yeah,
she's actually from Africa.
Yeah, Medu.
She's from South Africa. She's 31 years old.
Dude, I looked her up.
Yeah, she's nominated for.
She's 31. I thought she was like 19.
She looks so young.
When I saw she was 31, exactly. I was like, "What the fuck?"
She appeared on Forbes 2018 Africa Under 30 list.
Yeah,
I don't care, but that's an award. That's an achievement for her.
I'm glad that they got an African woman.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To be in it. And I feel like you really need to be trying to get African actors.
To play, yeah. She was in The Scandal. I didn't watch The Scandal.
I don't know. I think it was like the South African version of it. She did a good job.
She did an amazing job. Yes.
And then Jimmy Odukoya, that's he was Oba. Of the Oyo tribe. He was like the baddie.
Yeah, antagonist.
I guess he was like the king, or he didn't.
Something.
He was
I don't know what he was. Yeah,
up.
there.
Okay, so we got through all that.
Well, hold on. Let's give a horrible performance to Jordan Bulger.
Oh, the light skinned dude? Yeah.
Let's just go ahead.
Okay.
What can we give him? What button does he deserve? Because he deserves a very bad one. He deserves something not good. Like, I don't know what it is.
I don't know.
Should we give him a skip on that roll? So they should have skipped him. Yeah, they should have next him on the roll.
But he's in. So do you remember Book of Boba Fett?
Yes.
He's in that. He's the dude in the crew of bad kids.
Oh, he is?
Teenagers. He's the light skinned dude.
Oh,
he does
wow.
the spin shoot.
Okay.
There's not even a laser passing by him.
All right.
Yeah, okay.
Can we? No.
Okay, so
we got to get him out of here.
He was horrible, right?
Yeah, we got to get him out
now
of here.
let's talk about this. Let's talk about. Okay, this is where the issues come in to me. I feel like it was a really good idea, but they threw in some things that I thought were goofy as fuck.
But first of all, it's a historical event, and just like 300, you have to wrap things around it. You just can't
and it
tell.
is about
That's what
as
I'm just
accurate
saying.
as 300,
That's what I'm
which
just
is
saying.
not accurate.
Yeah. Oh, I'm just saying you have to throw bullshit around there. That's what I'm saying.
No, but you don't have to. You can throw in that they're slavers, but you don't have to.
Did we have to have the humpback whale in 300? That was following around? No, we didn't need that, but it was there.
Whale. Are you talking about the weird looking guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was
You don't
good.
understand? No, it wasn't. We didn't need it. No,
And
we
he
didn't need it.
sold them out.
That was story there that we did not need. I'm just saying there was things, and you know what I mean? And 300, I'm just saying there was things you could take away from both of them that you could like. I
Okay,
could have done
so
without that.
no, but let me just say, let me just like we're in the writers' room, right? We're in the writers' room with them. This is what they were like. All right, we're gonna do like a reverse Pocahontas thing where we're going to have the colonizer come in. He's like all handsome. He has an 8-pack. He's light skinned. He's going to like fall in love with the girl. He's going to try to save her. And then she's going to kind of like, she doesn't exactly save him, but she's going to be like, nah, I don't need you. You know what I mean? I'm going to reject the colonizer. Which is kind of like, you know what I mean? Whereas like Pocahontas was like, yeah, I'll take you, white boy. You know, this was
almost got a sense of like, I hate to throw this other, but Congo, where he takes her to being with the other gorillas.
What the fuck, dude?
Like he's trying to
wild for that.
No, I'm just saying, not like that.
Amy.
I'm just saying like
Amy bad gorilla.
But she doesn't want. He's like wants to take her back, bro. He's like, no, let me take my girl back. I'm not saying the fucking annihilate from gorilla. I'm just saying he wanted to take her. Like, yo, come with me and be with me in France or whatever, not come back to your homeland. I'm not comparing him to gorillas. Don't do that.
Yes,
I'm just saying that was like, yo, come with me. And she was like, nah, fuck that.
Yeah.
I'm here.
Well, it's like, I love my culture.
I love my culture. I want to be here. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and
that's where I got from that. I was like, but I'm trying to think of it. I couldn't think of another way to put where I've seen someone.
You
like,
see it in other things as well. I mean,
I just couldn't put another
analogy or something to compare it to. It's a funny one though.
It is a funny one.
Just because it's Congo.
Yeah.
But that
he loved that gorilla, bro. He loved it. Like, Amy, mother, gorilla, Amy. You know what I'm saying? And then how butthurt was he when she was trying to go at the end of that, bro? He was like, he was about to cry.
Yeah.
Right? He was like, she was like, yeah, bro.
And did they hook up?
I would like to think they did.
I don't know. I mean, they didn't show it.
They didn't show it, but then when you see the Debo, he's like,
yeah.
He's like,
Yeah.
Get over here. Like, he's like, look, you rolling with us.
Yeah.
Right? I'm just saying, like, this French, Brazilian, whoever he was in
He's
this.
Portuguese.
Yeah,
They're
but it was
Portuguese.
just like,
His dad was white.
just run with me.
He was a Dahomey
I got
or whatever.
a place for you over here. We can go off and run away.
London. He was trying to take her to London.
You don't have to worry about nothing.
Yeah.
I'm like, where is this raspy ass shit coming from? Like,
Oh, he was awful. Okay, and this is a spoilerific thing. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all might want to just skip ahead, but we just gotta explore this movie because it's a lot. And I have a feeling a lot of people listening probably have watched this, and if you haven't, you probably don't.
Yeah.
Don't want to because it's number one thing on Netflix.
It's
right
been
now.
for a long time
Yeah.
too. You got to admit, it's holding rank.
So we're gonna get into spoiler territory
And
real
why
quick.
is Two Guns up there?
Hold on. Well, I think they just re-signed it. They just like got it back on, and people love Denzel, Mark Wahlberg. Okay, wait. So I felt like the story was also like Shakespearean, where
no doubt.
where it was like
You got delay on.
Viola Davis is raped by this guy Oba.
Gang rape.
Yeah, but like it's basically insinuated
That he's the one.
that he
which is kind of hard to do
he,
that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then this random girl who has a fighting spirit just ends up in her tribe.
Yeah, no
and,
doubt.
And she
Very outlandish.
implanted a shark tooth.
No doubt.
In her child she had
Very
to give
outlandish.
up for adoption.
Yeah.
And then cuts it out of the girl who after realizing it is her daughter. It was just like the coincidences were just little too
it was
much.
too much. Yeah, I agree. I agree there.
To me, it's
no
like
disagree.
pull it back. But it makes sense though. Gina Prince Bythewood, she did Love and Basketball and The Secret Life of Bees. So like this is
Love and Basketball classic.
But she also did another movie, The Old Guard, which was that action movie on Netflix with Charlize Theron. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, my girl.
Yeah, They
yeah,
Can't
I know what
Die.
you're talking about. Yeah,
The Old Guard.
Yeah, Old Guard. Yeah,
Yeah, they're like a million years
yeah.
old. That was like her first action movie, but she seems to like, love movies and interjected that. And I think this audience is, it is for women, for the most part.
Yeah, yeah. Because guys are like,
Yeah. And then it was just full of like cliches, like stopping a blade with your arm. That's Count of Monte Cristo. Like when when the blade goes through your
how
arm.
many people have done that? Everybody has done that.
But Count of Monte Cristo, it did it in the book, did it in the movie. But here's the thing, though. It like went through her fucking. What bone is this? Like, I don't know what bone this is. Your
forearm?
wrist?
Your
Yeah,
wrist?
it went through her bone.
Yeah.
Like, it like it's one thing if it goes through like that,
Right.
and like misses, or maybe it goes through. It went through her fucking bone. It would have cracked her. Her arm would have been hanging. Like it was just like what? That's not how physiology works.
Yeah.
And then the tribe was doing. At one point, they're just like doing martial arts. They're straight up just doing martial arts and like UFC moves and like Natasha whatever from Avengers takedowns. It was just like they
were doing the same thing in 300.
Yeah, it was like 300. It was like 300.
Right. The same thing.
Yeah. So it's just like ridiculous. Not to mention, I looked it up. They never stopped like slave trading.
Oh
like
no,
that.
yeah,
Like,
nah.
But yeah, it's a fun movie though. But just don't go in for historical accuracy. It's like it's just fun.
I mean, it budgeted 50 and did 94.
Oh yeah,
0.4.
and I'm sure Netflix paid a lot to get it on. It's gonna be up there in the top 10 for like probably a month.
Yeah. I mean, it's good action.
It's worth a watch. I mean,
Yeah.
for me, okay. Well, you ready to swipe it up? Swipe
Yeah.
this boy up. I'm
Yeah.
going Power 2. What are you giving it?
Power 2. And I would, and just we're on 300, I'm going to give that a Power 1.
I mean,
Because it had scenes in there where I was like, hold on, man. That scene with the guy with the back, like they really just dude would have executed him.
yeah.
Right? He's like, let's get rid of him. And I didn't understand why they had to let that and that was going to be the default of all these hard ass dudes was going to be this one guy. You're selling me that? Like, no.
Hey man, be like that.
Nah.
hard out here
You're
when
going to build a wall of bodies
It's
and have
hard out
this
here
guy.
when you're half naked.
Nah.
Also, okay, another thing, where's the lesbian action at?
This is
Give me
true.
some
This
lesbian
is true.
action.
I felt
Why
like
not?
that should have been there because they're all girls and all females. So I feel like
Yeah, give me some
Yeah.
lesbian scenes.
Yeah.
Come on. And they're all oiled up the whole time.
they were oiled up.
You know, like you could have had one lesbian relationship.
Yeah.
I mean, even Disney throws in like a gay kiss, like in everything now.
But
like,
that was their whole thing. They can't have no relationships.
come on though. But,
I understand.
The heart wants what the heart wants.
It's like they left you with the illusion. Did she really sleep with that dude? Because
Yeah.
she looked out the window like with no clothes on. But they were in separate rooms when they came in when he busted through the door.
Yeah.
Though. So it was like, because in that time you couldn't be in the same room with.
Right.
So it was like, did they or did they?
I don't know, man. I think they did. I think they did. There was a lot of tension. But yeah, I don't know. We could have used some lesbo action. Come on.
What the?
Just take it to the next level. You know what I'm saying? Then you would have got the Oscar nod.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, next up we got Awake. Which,
Learn from Halle Berry.
what is that from? Awake.
Awake is from Netflix. It's got our girl Gina Rodriguez.
She's been on fire.
She's on fire. Global hysteria ensues after a mysterious catastrophic wipes out all electronics and takes away humanity and the ability to sleep. But her daughter can sleep for some odd reason.
Yeah.
So everybody wants like Children of the Corn.
No, Children of Men
Children of Men
are like C.
C. Ooh, that's good.
Oh man, this is one of these fucking tropes.
Yeah, it is. It is. You're right. Exactly
Yeah.
one of those. Damn.
No one can eat anymore.
Yeah.
Except for my child. My child can eat. No one can take shits anymore. Except for my cousin. My cousin can take shits.
Yeah, it's exactly that.
Or
Which is
The Last of Us, if you watch The Last of Us.
haven't done that
Similar
yet, so-
plot.
but scientists, of course, are trying to race to figure shit out. It's kind of cool because I haven't seen one from this.
But they're tired.
Yeah. It's not so much their tires that their brain is swelling. So all the
Yeah.
critical thinking's starting to go out the window.
Yeah.
So like this
Psychosis.
came out in 21, so I don't want to give too much away. Actually, I'm gonna rate it off rip. It's a one swiper.
Okay.
It's a oneer. This one scene where there's all the military has been up for so long
Yeah.
that this dude thinks a pine cone is a grenade. And he's like,
Oh,
grenade! And so shit just goes fucking
like
crazy from
hysteria,
there.
panic,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, so they're shooting everybody.
Yeah.
Like, they're shooting doctors. Like,
Yeah.
it's just going crazy. That part's pretty cool because
Yeah.
you're like, you needed that to happen because everybody's been up for so long. You're
Right.
like,
And there's like a straw that breaks the camel's back. And then
yeah. But they figure out how to, Gina Robinson and her daughter figure out how.
Gina Rodriguez.
Damn, what did I say?
Robinson.
Who is that?
Nobody.
Okay.
Seth Robinson.
We're not going with that as a title because you already had Viola Davis as a mess. So we're not going with that one. You've had
I'm
two
writing
eras.
it down just in case. Gina Robinson.
She Viola Davis, she figured out how, not she didn't figure out, her daughter figured out how to get around it. Because in the car crash, her daughter, everybody that was sleeping woke up, that were even like in comas woke up. That's how like it happened.
Yeah.
But she was sleeping when it happened and she got in a car crash, her daughter, and died. And gave CPR, brought her back to life.
Mhm.
So you needed a reboot.
So everybody needs a reboot. Everybody has a flat line. Yeah.
That's how it's kinda-
sounds. Yeah. Okay. Let's just move on.
Well, I just
from
had to
this.
throw it out there. It was so bad I had to just throw
Yeah,
it out there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Often,
But her performance was
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
She's a good actress.
Well, she was. Damn it, I can't remember what it was called, but she did a movie with Natalie Portman where they are like checking out this like area in Africa where the like aliens have kind of like taken over. You ever seen
No,
that?
I don't think
and
I've
they
seen
got to
that.
go into this field, like literal like a force field,
Mm-hmm.
and they all start losing their minds in the field. But it doesn't affect women as much, so it's like an all women crew.
It's not Annihilation. Is
That's it, Annihilation. And she does a good job in that, playing like
I never seen that.
a badass serious.
She's
She's
see
like
what
tough.
this is on so I can check it out.
I think it's pretty good.
It's on Prime.
It was one of
I can check
Natalie
it out.
Portman's like
Paramount, too.
it was probably one of her last like good movies.
Okay. It's got a little Oscar Isaacs in there too. All right.
Yeah.
Let's go.
No, it's a good movie.
That's weird because the same chick, Jennifer Jason,
She's
she's in Awake as one of the doctors.
There you go.
That's weird. So that's two films that her and Gina Rodriguez have been a part of.
Maybe they're lesbians.
What is up with you? It was going
Maybe they're
on.
lovers.
I don't know. Maybe so.
All right, we gotta get moving.
I know. There's so much shit.
Biggie.
I told you you have the delay on. That woo went extra.
You felt that, right?
Yeah, it was like woo, woo, woo. Yeah. That's a good delay, though.
It's actually two things. It's
Oh,
an
yeah?
echo and a reverb
Oh, okay.
that I use at the same time. Yeah,
pretty
you know
good.
what's
That's
up. We talking, you know, shop around here. Okay, next up we got Biggie.
This is another docu-series on Netflix. We're going to be quick about this. It's similar to the Kanye.
I watched this a while back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It came out 2021. It's an hour 37 minutes.
I think I reviewed this.
You probably did.
A
That was
while
probably
back.
this is my first
Yeah.
time seeing it. I was just scrolling through trying to find. Biggie's one of my favorite artists. It's a good insight, just like the Kanye one. What was that called? Genius or whatever?
Genius.
Whatever.
Yeah,
So it's similar. So
yeah.
one of his friends has inside footage and shot pretty much essentially. So I was seeing things that I never saw.
That's,
you know.
When I reviewed it, I remember thinking, okay, most of this is already new, but what was cool is you do see the behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Because like a
The
lot
young
of
footage of him,
Yeah.
I never saw that him like
Yeah.
that young, like to go into school and stuff
Yeah,
like that. I
yeah.
never saw that.
Yeah.
So that was cool.
And I feel like a lot of times when you do see that footage, you only see it like edited. You know,
Mm-hmm.
usually only see like 5 seconds of it. And this was like, you know,
It was a lot of. I mean, you saw they drew out like
you got
where
to see
he
him
lived,
touring and stuff.
where the crack street, Fulton Street, where he
Yeah.
was at, where he found it, Brownsville up the street, where he
Yeah.
moved, where he started hanging out with the other people, and it was just like all the stuff, like how he really took care of his people, like
Yeah.
Junior Mafia, how he really put all those people on that were on selling crack. And then how he went to North Carolina where they were selling crack for $5 in the dock in New York. And then he went to North Carolina where they were doing for 20.
Yeah.
The things that he was doing that I was just like, of course you heard about, he rapped about, but
Yeah.
that video was like, you know, that dude that it was filming was like, you know,
Yeah, this is
the
the real deal.
yeah,
Or what it came from.
what it came from. Yeah. I thought Little C's, you got to see Little Kim before all the surgery,
Uh-huh.
you know? So yeah, I think it was a good doc.
And
you know?
then is P. Diddy in it?
Yeah, he's in it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Even though he kind of like screwed him over, right?
Well, I don't know if he screwed him over. It's just like he got fired at the time, so he
Yeah.
didn't really have the backing to put him on. Like he was like, yeah, we're gonna do
Yeah.
this because he got fired, and Biggie was like, all right, I'm gonna go out here and do this
Yeah.
until whatever, and then P. Diddy got back on, did his own thing, of course, and then
Yeah.
got him back out of the streets, and then since then it was on and popping. But then it shows you he lost 2 homies, and that's Roland. I think Rolly was one of them he was talking about in the doc series. I just like see Gutter, one of the dudes that was like, man, I couldn't keep robbing people every day. Like,
Yeah.
you know, these dudes were like, you know, New York, you know, like robbing, sticking people up. Biggie was doing some shit, you know
Late
what I'm saying?
80s, early 90s, yeah.
And his mom was the teacher working
Changed
9 to
a lot.
5, how he knew he could stop selling dope because he would knew what time his mom was getting off work and see the train pulling up.
Uh-huh.
You know, so shit like that was just like, you know, throwing out. I saw the mashed potatoes in the movies, but you know, she talks about that in the doc series. Gives you in depth about Ready to Die album, things that I didn't even know about, you know. So it was just good. I should have probably watched it when you talked about it, but I didn't. And I somehow came
Yeah, I
around and
can't
found it
remember
again.
when it came out. I feel like maybe 2 years ago.
Yeah, 2021.
Okay.
Yeah, so you like you said, you probably reviewed it. It's a good, quick watch.
Yeah.
Hour 37 minutes, especially if you want to know something about one of the greatest rappers that ever do it. You know, so
Biggie or Tupac?
Biggie.
Yeah, me too.
You know,
I don't think there's much. I mean, Tupac's got some bangers, but
Yeah.
Biggie's albums are
Transcended.
just- yeah,
You know what I
and
mean?
the flow changes and stuff.
you saw like in that too. Like he was hanging around jazz musicians. He would go back to Jamaica.
Yeah.
Hang around his uncle was a famous Jamaican artist.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like things like that. I was like, oh wow, no wonder he had
All
not
the-
just
a unique style
Yeah.
and all that.
yeah.
No. Wasn't there some kind of mentor, some kind of jazz?
The jazz,
thing?
yeah. One of the guy he lived next door to him or
Yeah.
something like that. It was just famous jazz guy.
Yeah.
And so like he was just, it's just crazy how people are in your life for a reason. That's like one of the exceptions.
sometimes
Like,
these things like
just-
culminate and
that-
they create this person. You know?
Yeah, and that's
Sure, Rihanna. I know it's a weird stretch, but I feel like she probably has some kind of
I
crazy.
mean, this
story
dude was
like
out in
that.
New York, Fulton Street. I remember they invited him to that dude 500 or some dude that was DJing block party or whatever, and he
Yeah.
came to rap.
Yeah,
And the dude that was supposedly supposed to be the guy that was big, the skinny dude, and then you see Big, who's like 14, 15, just bust his flow out, and then
Yeah,
you're
they're on
like,
the block.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you're like, his
which
presence.
I've seen that footage.
Yeah, I've seen that
on
one too.
YouTube. And then you actually see it like full quality,
Exactly.
uncut. You
And
know?
he's just like, just him growing up, this dude was doing shit at 14, 15 that I was never doing.
yeah,
You know, like New York, it's just a lifestyle, like, you know what I mean?
it is
Like,
old New York. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's old New York.
2023
You
New
mean
York.
Bed-Stuy.
Yeah,
He
Bed-Stuy
was, you know,
is now
I mean,
nice.
yeah.
You know, it's all
Yeah.
white people.
The only
with
thing that's
strollers,
probably still hood is Brownsville.
which I don't even know where that
That's
is.
right down the street from where they showed you in the documentaries. Like,
Yeah.
Bed-Stuy was here and Brownsville. That's why they didn't call it. He even said, we didn't want to call it Bed-Stuy. We call it Stuy because we wanted to make sure it was hard. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you know, because Brownville's was the section over where it was real, like
Bad.
real. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, you know, like, so it was just cool because, like, Big, they even said Big grew up. It was like not a bad area, but a little bit of a bad area. But you was like 5 blocks around was Fulton Street, where like Paid in Full, the movie, where you saw all the people hanging out, the dope dealers, and that's what Biggie was like, yo,
Yeah.
you know, making this. These dudes are making this, you know,
Yeah.
like. So it was just cool to see. It was just dope to see that. That's
Yeah.
for sure. The inside footage
Yeah.
of seeing stuff like that. You know, people were actually recording.
That's why.
You
That's
know,
why.
like-
Yeah, that's like the Kanye doc and this things like that. Like I was saying, documentaries. I mean, I've been going through some since I got my new computer. I've been going through old footage myself, and I mean, pictures are one thing, but seeing people like live and like, you know, it's in a like time warp. You know, you're seeing them in their prime or whatever. It's that's why documentaries to me are better.
Yeah.
You know, they're always are going to get a better rating, more of a emotion out of me, you know, because it's real and it's a slice of life.
Right.
You know, it's not, oh, this show takes place in the 90s. This is like or the Wu-Tang show, you know,
Oh,
this is us
yeah.
trying to emulate what the 90s were like with a bunch of Gen Zers who aren't from the 90s.
They're
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
They're probably watching that series like,
Yeah. Or like the actors in it though. It's like,
Yeah.
you don't fucking know what the 90s were like, you know?
Yeah,
you don't
yeah.
you think you do through movies and TV, you know what I mean? So I don't know. What are you swiping that boy?
3.
Biggie.
I wish it
is-
was had more footage. Like Kanye was like
Yeah.
what, 4 or 5.
I think that was my thing.
I wish I would more.
Yeah.
But you know, back then, like that lifestyle, I'm sure it was fast paced. He was like, you know, like whatever he could get.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know?
and I mean, we got
Yeah.
recording
And even he
devices.
said in the video, he's like, Big didn't want video.
Yeah.
Like whenever we perform, he wanted the crowd, you know. So
Yeah.
it was a lot of, you know, seeing.
And he's
but
like
the
doing
crowd
like
though,
he's doing like colleges and shit. Like in those, like,
Insane.
and they're like losing it.
we're the one he's just on the floor and there's just people
Yeah.
surrounding him. Like it's like, and he wasn't even signed.
Yeah.
Like that's what's so crazy when you're watching it. This dude wasn't signed.
Mixtape like audience like it was more organic back then.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah,
I mean? It
yeah.
was authentic. Now there's like, you know, you got to know about branding and all these things, and there's so much competition and yeah, it was just different. It was a different time. It was beautiful, you know.
Yeah, it was.
It's like,
It was sweet.
It's like Seinfeld, and they talk about Seinfeld. Like, there'll never be like a bigger show because no one really watches cable TV like
No,
that.
that-
Now,
yeah.
I mean, we do a whole show across 5 different fucking streaming apps.
Right.
You know, it's ridiculous. So ridiculous. So yeah, let's move on. I'm gonna knock out a real good review. But yeah, that is a good one. R.I.P. to Biggie. Next up and last up, we have Aftersun. This is a A24 movie.
Look at you, you little troll, you.
Uh-huh. It's about a young father and his daughter.
What are you? What? What do you want?
What?
Like, that doesn't sound like you right now. You're describing the movie, and I'm just like, a son
Well,
and
it's
a
got.
daughter. I'm like, hold on.
A lot of noms. I think it kind of got snubbed for the Oscars, but it got like BAFTA, it's the British Arts, I don't know, film something theater society awards. But it got nominated for a bunch of shit. And everybody's loving this guy. His name's Paul Mescal. He is a Scottish actor, and he is the star, along with this young lady, young girl. She's like 11. Her name's Frankie Corio. This movie is so depressing, but it's
I'm not
really
watching
good.
movies. I can't do that.
So this movie, it's really interesting. It is about
Is Hugh Jackman in it?
no.
Okay.
Okay, so they're at the beach, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is like where the story mainly takes place. But the story kind of takes place in this girl's like memories.
Is this a movie or a Netflix? I just need to.
It's a movie.
Okay, that's all I need to know.
It's probably not even streaming yet.
I just wanted to know.
It's in theaters. But basically she's recalling like this last trip, it seems, that she had with her father. And she's watching like mini DV, like old footage of the trip that she took, and she's kind of trying to piece things together in her mind. And you know how like your memory can be deceiving, and like you'd be like, wait, did that actually happen like that? You know? So that's kind of like the idea, and it's just really emotional because her dad is conflicted, and she is a child when she's like experiencing this with him, so she doesn't really understand when you're a kid, you know, that your dad could be going through some shit, you know, when you're a child. You don't understand. But like as you grow up, looking back, I mean, I feel like this with my parents, looking back, you know, I think about like what my parents were probably going through, you know, as young parents. And like you look at it differently. You know, what was my dad like at my age? And especially if you don't have your dad alive to talk to them about it, you know, you just kind of are like trying to just get rid of the mystery. You're trying to figure it out with like little pieces that you have. So that's what the movie is kind of based on. It's very simple, but it's really heartbreaking, and I really like this movie a lot. But yeah, this is not a happy movie. The ending is, it's just sad. I mean, it's just
will not watch this.
Yeah,
Not gonna ruin my day.
I don't know. I think I'm like right now I'm really into these dramas lately.
Yeah.
It's kind of also like The Fableman, which I reviewed probably a month ago. That's a Spielberg movie where he it's autobiographical, and it's about his life, and he's thinking about his mother, who also had mental issues and also had like a relationship with his dad's best friend, and his dad like basically allowed it.
Yeah, it sounds like The Whale.
Well,
Like emotional wise, like
well, the whale would be like,
you know what I mean? Like,
but
it
the
sounds
whale would be
heavy.
yes,
Sounds heavy.
But the whale would be like if the daughter was telling the story when she's 35, you know, because in the whale she's probably 16. So it's like you're looking back as an adult now, trying to like just get into the head of what your father was possibly thinking, and it's just really good. I mean, but. It's a hard sell for you.
Oh, definitely, because the way you kicked this shit off, give me a pillow.
But I'm gonna give this one a power 2.
Power 2. Okay.
Especially I just like the way they tell it, because some of it's mini DV footage, some of it's like from a dream, some of it barely any of it's in the future.
I don't know anybody in this.
Yeah, I mean it's all new director as well. The director's name is Charlotte Wells.
Box office at 5.1 mil.
Oh yeah, I mean the budget's probably tiny,
but 95% on Metacritic, 95% on Rotten.
Oh yeah,
7.7 on IMDb. So it's got fucking
it's a great. I mean,
it's hella fucking ratings across the board. It says, Dana, you need to watch this. That's what the ratings say.
It's heartbreaking though.
But I don't want to watch anything heartbreaking.
Yeah, but it might make you maybe want to call your parents. You know what I mean?
My parents, though.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, at some point, you know, God forbid, we won't have our parents around.
Right.
And this movie kind of makes you appreciate, you know, what memories you have with them, or the ability to call them and ask them about memories and things and explore. You know, it's just, I'm sure this director, I'm pretty sure she wrote it as well, probably lost a parent at a young age, you know, and it's just, it's a beautiful story, and it's really simple.
Did you see Tuesday? She did that. It looks freaking depressing.
Yeah, I don't think this director is gonna be making, you know.
It says 16-year-old Allie begins to accept the magnitude of a recent loss.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think this
director definitely is
lost somebody.
Yeah.
But mark my words though, Paul Mescal, and it's already kind of known, he's gonna be the fucking it guy.
Like Pedro?
Yes, but he is at the right age to where he's like Shia LaBeouf, you know, where he can do.
Ooh, he's canceled though. Don't want to do that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. There's a void that needs to be filled. And the problem is that Timothy Chalamet is too skinny and cute. He can't play like certain roles. You know what I
Right.
mean? This Paul Mescal guy, I feel like is going to be able to fill in and play a lot of these like manlier quote unquote roles. Because he's just he's not exactly the most handsome guy at all, but man, he's got chops. He comes from the theater.
Okay.
So go for it, y'all. Check it out.
He's Irish.
He's Irish?
Yeah.
Okay, well, he's Irish.
Yeah. He's 27.
Which that was my only issue is when I first started watching it, I thought they were siblings.
Yeah, he's got he's nominations Academy Award for Best Actor and Leading Role.
And he did get a nomination?
Looking.
It's got to be.
He did. Mm-hmm.
For Aftersun?
Leading role in. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's a very subtle performance. It's kind of like The Banshees of Inisherin, another similar movie. Just simple. I don't know, man. Movies don't always have to be crazy.
No, they don't.
They don't always have
they
to
definitely
have
don't have
blades going through your arms.
Yeah, he got
Tooths coming out your
nominations, but I don't
shoulder.
think he won. He's got a lot of
Yeah,
nominations.
well, the
though.
Oscars are coming
MTV
up.
Movies, Best Breakthrough. Like he's got a lot.
Yeah, no, he's that guy. Oh, the women love him too. He's attractive. All right, we're going out. Oh wait, I already swiped it. Power 2. Power 2. We're going out with Flowers and Chocolate. I just kind of picked this one. It's from one of my favorite artists, Idris.
This right here's a penny dropper.
Oh
Hey,
my
y'all.
gosh.
I did that on purpose. I was like,
No, he didn't. He did that shit on accident. He never hits those things on purpose. Especially we went a whole episode without Olympus.
And that's the show. See you next time.